think no other college than University College London checks all the boxes on my checklist of touchstones to decide my university of higher education. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your boy Varun Chopra, and today I'll be reading out to you my SOP, my personal statement that got me into UCL and other universities that I was aiming for. Now, your personal statement or your SOP, that is statement of purpose, is your chance of telling about yourself to the admission committee. It's good if you have an interview, but if you don't, that is in most cases, then this SOP is the only chance for you to convince them that the course is appropriate for you and you're appropriate for the course, apart from your grades and academic history, of course. So without any further ado, let's get started. So my personal statement was of around 1500 words. Yours could be shorter, yours could be longer, depending upon the requirements of the university. So definitely check out your courses page on the university website and the requirements that they have, and craft your SOP accordingly. But the main draft of your SOP should go with all the universities that you're applying to. You should only have to make a few tweaks or reduce or increase the word length depending upon the requirement of the university. Coming to my personal statement, I'll start reading it out for you. So here goes nothing. I've written a little small tagline after the heading statement of purpose, which is keen to learn and integrate computer science, AI, ML and data science for better business decisions. In the recent years, technology has evolved many folds, with data being its backbone. In the gamut of domains today, data-driven decisions play a cardinal role to increase profits and decrease risks, may it be in healthcare, finance, or any other professional sector. Considering the importance of data in businesses, it becomes imperative to process data, analyze it, and take decisions with discretion thereafter. Business analytics helps in processing and analyzing data, which facilitates deriving insights which are conducive in ameliorating the business profits and reducing risks and losses in future based on previous incidences and patterns. Coming from a technical background as well as from a family that has a lot of businessmen enables me to comprehend the necessity of business analytics and its future prospects, and thus I've decided to pursue MSc in Business Analytics. So basically, this is the introductory paragraph wherein you give a brief introduction about why you've taken up this course and why you think is this course an apt one for you. Coming to the next paragraph, coming from a city which is one of the leading education centers in my country, I've always been exposed to various opportunities of learning and becoming a better version of myself. At a very early stage of my life, I underwent a severe surgery which thwarted me from participating in physical activities for a lot of time. Now, this is one of the weaknesses that I have highlighted. You might be thinking that this has nothing to do with the SOP or with the field that I'm going for, but see where I take this. Repeating what I just said, it is that I underwent a severe surgery which thwarted me from participating in physical activities for a lot of time. So this gave me a plethora of time to develop my equity and soft skills. So I used this mishappening that took place in the early stage of my life to my strength. I told that it gave me plenty of opportunity and time to learn other things that I was allowed to do that didn't entail a lot of physical competence. During my time at school, not only was I academically sound, but I actively participated in various debates, competitions, and was also a part of the school choir. In my teenage, when I was finally allowed by the doctor to participate in the sports and other competitions that entailed physical competence, I started playing football. Due to my coach's support and my perseverant nature, in a couple of years, I became a part of the school football team. It was during high school that I realized that I had an innate proclivity towards science and technology. I remember participating in an inter-school science exhibition in which I found a lot of artifacts fascinating and was compelled to go over the internet and become cognizant of various everyday phenomena related to science. My parents always thought I was great with computers and other electronic gadgets, which is why they always encouraged me to pursue computers. But not being convinced just by their encouragement, I tried my hand at basic web development in school and was extolled by my faculty of computers. I remember scoring an A+ in the subject, and that was when I knew that I had found something that not only kindled my interest, but was also something that I enjoyed doing. Other than computers, mathematics has always been a hobby and I feel quite relaxed doing it. This basically covered the beginning of your life, your early stages, the accolades that you've earned, the achievements of yours. You have to cover all these in this paragraph and brief them about how your life was when you were young. Now, moving on to the next paragraph, which will basically be the paragraph of paramount importance, so craft this very well. Now, since childhood, I had an affinity towards helping people and taking responsibilities to make better decisions, and this affinity took shape and became a part of my personality as I grew up. During my undergraduation at Vellore Institute of Technology, I came across a lot of obstacles which tested my decision-making skill set and my ability to remain sang-froid, and I can safely say that my propensity of welcoming challenges and overcoming them in the best possible way helped me triumph in times of crisis. It is categorically right that our failures teach us more than our successes, which is why every error in the piece of code that I wrote during my undergraduation taught me much more than the script as a whole. Other than this, living in a different city than my hometown enabled me to become more adaptive and take better life and professional decisions in unfamiliar milieu. So you see what I'm doing here. I'm giving them a quality of mind and justifying them with proper reason. So you can't just tell them that, oh, I'm good at this. You have to tell them, how are you good at this? Have you earned something that proves that you're good at it? And what made you so good at it? So don't just write what you're good at, justify it with proper reason. It was during my second year when I came across courses like data structures and algorithms and probability and statistics that I realized that data was something that I wanted to pursue as a career. To try my hands at this, I took up a minor project along with my friends which entailed the use of machine learning and data science to ensure cybersecurity. My time management skills improved significantly while my workaholic nature enabled me to do multitasking. I gradually developed a keen sense of observation and learned to coordinate with my team members. During the project, I got an opportunity to strengthen my technical abilities by doing online courses germane to data science and analytics. Even after being able to analyze and process data, what vexed me was not being able to decide what happens after I process and analyze data. In addition to this obfuscation, my penchant for being decisive and planning things made me ponder about drawing insights from the processed data. Also, I was quite actively given responsibilities in organizing events at college, and I enjoyed meeting and interacting with people, helping them with their problems based on my knowledge and experience and persuading them to take the right decision purely based on facts. All these activities surfaced the leadership qualities in me. It was then when I realized that by pursuing a career in something that only let me analyze data like robo wasn't sufficient. I needed to find something that concocted mathematics, data analytics, and allowed me to apply these theories and derived insights along with the usage of my soft skills to unravel real-life problems. After a lot of research and talking to people with adequate knowledge, I came across business analytics. Now, see, I brought them from my interest being in computers to it going to something related to management or organizing things, to bringing it to something that concocted all my interests into something that I could pursue professionally. So I'm doing this chronologically, but I'm also connecting dots, to make them see a pattern forming. So I would recommend you writing your SOP in such a way that it comes out or it turns out as a story more than an introductory set of paragraphs for them. So make it interesting. You don't make it too informal, but make it interesting for the reader, because these people, they go through hundreds of SOPs perhaps every admission cycle. So if you have that same boring, monotonous, vegetative personal statement of yours, they might not even give it a perusal. So I think make it interesting. It's your story. Be creative. Put in as much efforts as you can and write the best version of yourself. So moving on, after a lot of research and talking to people with adequate knowledge, I came across business analytics. It seemed like a perfect blend of everything I've liked, and that is complementary to my technical background. I spoke to my parents about it, and it all made sense to them as well. They understood it pretty well that in this world with cutthroat competition, business analytics will become imperative irrespective of the domain, and one has to pursue something that he or she is interested in to become the best in his or her domain. Once I had finalized the course that I wanted to go for, I started looking up for best universities globally that had the best STEM course germane to business analytics. Browsing through the university website, now herein you have to be specific about the university. I have written browsing through your university website to make this SOP a bit generic. Browsing through your university website and going about the course curriculum and facilities, I am very confident about this course being the apposite choice in this stage of my life. The core courses in UCL's curriculum like predictive analytics and business strategy and analytics, along with the potpourri of electives like network analytics and decision and risk analysis, will allow me to hone my technical skills and business sagacity and equip me with the stipulated skills to thrive in the business market. Now, you have to go through your course's website, you have to name a few courses, so that they don't think that this SOP is very general. Moving on, in addition to being one of the most prestigious universities in the United Kingdom with splendid staff and phenomenal teaching, I'm sure that I'll benefit from the location of the institute because the heart of United Kingdom is full of opportunities for the talented and diligent. United Kingdom has always been on the top when it comes to opportunities, education and cultural legacy. I am enthusiastic and confident that your program will be conducive to me in opening many doors of opportunities and pushing my boundaries furthermore. The classroom, campus, and the student life at your university is something I really strive for. The curriculum further assures me that my aptitude and interests have found a terrific match in your program. In addition to these amazing things at UCL, the extraordinary alumni network consisting of big names like Peter Higgs and Christopher Nolan will help me connect and learn from people who are already topping their games in their respective industries. Now, you have to do your research. You have to tell them why the university is the best fit for you. Like I had business analytics in Imperial, in UCL in Manchester, and so I had to convince UCL that why UCL was the best fit for me apart from the other universities that I have applied to. It's not just about the rankings, you have to give them other reasons that also contribute in your decision making process. So apprise them of that. I'm keen on learning how data-driven decisions are made and are used to unravel and overcome diurnal problems and challenges in this real world. Moreover, I'd like to polish my technical skills and make them ready for the real world and learn how business processes can be innovated, better managed, and how profits can be increased based on insights from data. I intend to imbibe British culture, lifestyle, and experience along with making memories that will stay with me eternally. I think no other college than University College London checks all the boxes on my checklist of touchstones to decide my university of higher education. It almost feels like London's calling me, and I'm happy to answer on a positive note. Now, I've told you about this line when I revealed my university. It really felt like I had to write this line. I know it contains a bit of emotions. It's a bit informal to be in the SOP, but someone told me that SOP has to be interactive. It could be a little informal as long as it doesn't cross the line. So I couldn't resist writing this line because I really felt it. I really felt like London's calling me and really wanted to answer on a positive note while I was writing this SOP and while I was going through my applications. This is my favorite line in the SOP, by the way. Thus, keeping all this in mind, I look forward to graduate studies at University College London that enable me to specialize in business analytics. Now, this is why you want to go. Okay, all the reasons go. But you have to tell them about your future plans as well, about how getting into this university and pursuing this course will help you in your future, in shaping your future, in making you a better person professionally. So, given the confluence of my personal and professional interests, my motive is to earn a master's degree and then work for tech giants or big consultancy firms and banks like Amazon, Google, KPMG, Goldman Sachs, etc. and become a differentiator by my contribution. Attending an MSc Business Analytics program will enable me to carve a niche for myself in the industry along with deepening my expertise and expanding my horizon. I have remained steadfast and sincere towards every goal that I have targeted and perpetually try to remain humble when I triumph and optimistic and receptive to learning new things and covering loopholes when I do not succeed. I'm sure that the Institute will categorically benefit from my optimism, sincerity, and versatile skill set. In addition to this, my participation in debates, competitions, and discussions will allow me to contribute to to a lot of class discussions since I enjoy academic and non-academic rational debates. My acquired skill set of organization and innate penchant of leadership will help me be conducive in conducting and organizing various events both at departmental and university level. Now, in your penultimate paragraph, you have to tell the university of how you are a good fit for the university, how they will benefit from your presence in the course or in the university. So it has to be a small paragraph. You don't have to boast a lot, write a lot about yourself, like write a lot of qualities, since you've mentioned most of your qualities in the previous paragraphs. So keep it simple, keep it short, keep it sweet. Coming to the last paragraph, you have to thank the admission committee. I sincerely request the esteemed admission committee to favorably consider my application and provide me with an apposite platform for the attainment of success in my desired field. I am delighted to present my application and anticipate a positive outcome of my sincere and honest efforts. So that's all that you have to write in the SOP. I think this SOP might have seemed long enough, but it took me about a couple of hours to draft this. My first draft was actually my final draft. I only went through a few tweaks. I didn't change it totally. So I think that is sufficient. You don't have to write too much. You don't have to write too less. Just structure it well. I would recommend structuring it chronologically, and like I said, form the dots and join them to make them see the pattern forming. I think that's the best tip that I can give you for your SOP at the moment. अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो please like करें. If you love the video, kindly subscribe to the channel. That's all from my side. This is VC signing off.